Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
How's it going, guys? It's Cody or Dared You here. Today I'm here to talk about SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants is not only the greatest kids show ever made, but may be one of the funniest shows of all time. For people my age group, born in the late 90s, almost everyone watched SpongeBob. It was a main show on Nickelodeon at the time. I just remember it always being on while I was watching TV. Although I watched other shows such as Rugrats, Hey Arnold, and Wild Thornberrys, it was for sure the one that I liked the most, even though I'm sure I didn't watch it when it was first coming out since I was only 3 years old at the time. I remember even the first season so vividly. Season 1 has some of the most memorable episodes of the show, at least for me. The very first episode opens with a quick introduction to your main character, a sponge named SpongeBob, who lives in a pineapple under the sea. In the first episode, you have SpongeBob trying to get a job at the Krusty Krab as a fry cook. You are immediately shown the goofiness of the character as you pan into his house to him waking up and starting his morning routine of lifting teddy bear weights and him saying the infamous line of I'm ready, as he's on his way to apply for the position. In the first episode, you are introduced to many of the mainstay characters you come to know and love. Of course, SpongeBob gets the job as fry cook when he gets through the rush with ease. The third part of the episode is an iconic episode where SpongeBob and Patrick meet Sandy and go to her house, which has no water in it, and you get some notable one-liners in this episode such as,
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
Patrick shows up and doesn't realize what's happening and quickly ends up in the same situation, is the first of many hilariously memorable moments of the show. Season 1 is chock full of some of the greatest episodes of the show. I think the show has some great characters that play so well off of each other. They each make for great adventures of their own kind. The comedy of each character is so well done. Patrick, for example, has some of the best one-liners throughout the show, while Squidward's pessimistic view of life leaves you feeling bad for him, but is funny in its own way. The characters also have their own problems, like Squidward, again, is always outshined by one character or another, but he also has the greatest overcoming of this in Season 2, Episode 15, The Band Geeks, where Squidward's lifetime rival, Squilliam Fancy Son, challenges him to play in a band at the Bubble Bowl. Squidward collects a bunch of misfit characters along the way, who don't know how to play instruments and teaches them throughout the episode, while overcoming some hilarious failures along the way.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
But in the end, he truly brings them all together for an epic final scene where they rock the show, leaving everybody watching with one of the best memories to recall from the show. While SpongeBob is so innocent but at the same time so clueless that he's completely oblivious to the destruction he causes around him some of the time, such as when he left the town a destroyed mess after taking his hall monitoring position too serious.
The maniac's in the mailbox!
But he also tries to be very helpful and pure-hearted, such as when he's delivering the Krusty Krab pizza through the thick sandstorm and treacherous terrains, just to get it thrown back in his face because he forgot the Diet Dr. Kelp. Songs are a very important part of the SpongeBob SquarePants show. SpongeBob has some of the best songs in television history. They have been stuck in my head for all these years. The show uses music to convey emotion, like in the episode when Plankton wins SpongeBob from Mr. Krabs.
A stove is a stove, no matter where you go.
Or when Gary runs away from home. The show doesn't use this too much, it only uses it in a handful of episodes, but every time it does so masterfully. The memes that have come from SpongeBob. SpongeBob has been used for so many memes over the years, which just adds to the hilarity and memories of the show. Plus, there is never-ending rotations of one-liners that I use on a daily basis in my day-to-day life. And honestly, if anyone hasn't seen SpongeBob, they must think I'm just a little crazy. So with all that said, I end this video with the conclusion that SpongeBob is the perfect show. It molded my comedic thoughts and has worked its way into my daily life in one way or another for all these years. If you haven't ever went back and rewatched some of the greatest episodes, I highly recommend doing so. You'll discover so many little jokes now that you didn't get when you were a kid. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want, you can check out my channel and check out my previous video.